Hello everyone, this is A32 back again with another how to play. Today we're looking at how to play this game called Twin Palms, which is by Christy B. It is a trick-taking game. Perfect time to do this because it is summer, it is July, so we might as well look at a summertime game. And it's for 2 to 5 players. It's by Geek Inc. And on the inside there's actually a little letter about how she enjoys games and how she came up with this, so I think that's really cool. And let's get the instructions. You get a bunch of cards. You get a deck of cards here that has 3 suits. There's a orange sunglasses suit, a pink dolphin suit, and a blue palm suit. And there's actually some wild cards in each suit, as you can see. There's some wild cards which can be used as any number in palms, basically. And this one is the super wild. Can be used as any number, any suit. Very powerful stuff. And yeah. So you got that deck. You also got this board here, which has some nice artwork. And on the other side, it's a round tracker. And we have this little stingray, which you're going to use to keep track of your rounds, I believe. And then this is the first player marker. Or is it the other way around? I don't recall. It's one way or the other. It doesn't really specify, does it? From what I can see. It is what it is. You use whatever one you want, basically. Although it should say here. Okay, the Sark token is the first player indicator. That's this one, and this one is the round indicator. And every time you finish a round, you move this up until you get to whichever round. This is for 5 players, this is for 2 or 3 players, and 8 rounds for 4 players. So that's a neat little thing they did. And you got these sand dollars. You got 1s, 5s, and 25s. If that's what you're trying to win, each player is going to start off with 2 sand dollars at the beginning of the game. And some bidding cards. You have orange, green, blue. You also got pink and black. I'll put those aside. We'll just do a 3-player game. And the bidding cards, you can bid how many tricks you think you're going to win. For the 0, if you get the exact bid, you will get 5 sand dollars. Otherwise, you get nothing. For rest, you will get a certain amount of sand dollars for being exact. So if I bid 1 and I get 1, I get 3 sand dollars. Otherwise, I will get 1 per every trick. So if I would get 2, then I would get $2 instead of 3. At that point, you might as well keep going and win 3 or 4, and then you get 3 or 4 bucks. And they're all basically like that. This one is 5 for being exact. And you're going to bid how many you think you're going to win in that round. There's also, for each player, some betting cards, which we're not going to use, but I can show you them. These are more of an optional thing. And this is, you can make a bet with the money you have on if you think you're going to win or not. And this one, you would bet nothing. This one, you would bet half, which would be half of the sand dollars equal to half of the current round. So, for instance, if we're on round 4, half of that would be 2. So that's what you would be bidding, half of that. The first round, you're not bidding anything because you couldn't do this because it'd only be 50 cents and there's no 50 cents. So you can't do that. In the second round, you'd be bidding 1 and so forth. And in the max bet, this would be a bet equal to the current round number. So if it's round 4 again, you'd be betting 4. If it's round 2, you're betting 2. If it's round 8, you're betting 8, But we won't worry about those. Those are optional, so we'll put those aside. And then we got these reference cards, and there's one for each player. And there's a couple of different modes. There's easy mode, which you're just using 1 suit. There's normal, which you're using 2 suits. And there's 3 different possible kind of combinations. And then there's also advanced, in which you're using all 3 suits. And then there's extreme, in which you're using all 3 suits. And there's a whole bunch of possibilities. Examine that, you'll see. This is the rankings. Palm is always going to be the highest pair. Dolphin is second. Sunglasses is the third. Then if you have a mixed pair, if I have a blue card and a pink card that are both 5s, for instance, that will beat anything else down here. And it just goes like that. And then you have no pairs. So if I have 2 cards, I'll show you all this as we go through the round a bit. If you have 2 cards, for instance, that are the same blue suit, but the different numbers, that would be a no pair, and that would be the highest no pair. And then dolphin, then that, sunglasses, and then just random colors. So you get that. And it even says here on the side, it's 2 palms, 2 dolphins, 2 sunglasses. So that's nice. So we could do that. I guess we could do that. Advanced is pretty basic. It's these pairs or no pairs. But it's fairly straightforward. So we get to look at that as it is. And it says to play it on easy. Well, they recommend you play it on normal mode for your first game. But we'll just play on extreme, because why not? It's not that much different or that much more complicated, quite frankly. Now you have the cards in this game 0 through 10, 2 of each number in each suit, as well as 2 wilds in each suit. So it's 70 somewhat card deck. And then there's all the betting cards and bidding cards and the reference cards. There's a bunch of sand dollars, mostly $1. And actually, it does say Stingray to track around. Sark is the first player token. Alright. So again, as you can see, the number of rounds you have to play for the amount of players. And each player will be getting a hand of 10 cards. So I will quickly hand that out. Could have done that already, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get some pairs. Now it is only 10 cards, but it is going to be only 5 tricks in each round, because as per the name of the game, twin palms, you are playing twins in each round. You're playing pairs in each round. So you can look at your cards, you're going to bid how many tricks you think you're going to win. I've got a pair of 6s, I've got a pair of 4s. I don't have a good feeling about this round. So I am going to bid, maybe I bid 2. And I'll put the rest face down. That's the back. It's an umbrella. It's kind of cool. And they're going to look at their hands, see what they have. They got, oh my word, they got 3 wild cards. And a pair of 8s. Well, they're going to win probably 4 tricks, we'll say. Well, they'll say 3. Why not? And then this player's going to look at their hand. And they got a pair of 9s. They got a wild card. Nobody has a high pairs, which is unfortunate. So maybe they say they're going to win 3 as well. Why not? So, and we'll say I lead, and I'm going to play a pair of 6s. And now this guy's going to play. He's going to play a pair of 8s. And then this guy is going to play, he might as well play his pair of 9s. And now, since he played the highest valued pair, he wins that trick. It's pretty straightforward in this instance. And he's going to lead the next one. Now, for this next one, he's going to play this as a pair of 10s. And I can't really beat that, so I'm just going to play this it's not a pair, so it's not going to win at all. And then this guy looks at his hand. He can go, you know what? I can beat that. He's going to play a pair of palms. As you can recall from the reference sheet, palms is the highest as long as it's the same number. That's a number, those are twos. And it even shows you numbers, so a pair of blue ones will beat a pair of pink threes, which will beat a pair of yellow fours as examples. Basically, he has trumped everything else by playing a palms, a pair of palms. So he gets that one. And he gets to lead the next trick. Maybe now he plays a pair of nines. This guy cannot compete, so he's not going to try. And I'm probably going to do the same thing, unfortunately, because I cannot compete. So I'm just going to play that. Now this is they're both the same color, so if, he had played that 9, well, he still would have won, but had he played, let's say, these two, I would have had the higher numbers, so I would have won. Actually, he probably would have won because he has the palms, but we'll just go with that. So he wins that, and he leads again. Now he's going to play this pair. It's a pair of sixes, but the different colors. This guy will play a pair of fives. Why not? And I'm just going to play that. 2 random cards. I am not doing well at all. I thought I was going to win 2. I haven't won nothing. So this guy wins. It didn't help that this guy had half a dozen wild cards in his hand. Well, 3 wild cards. So he leads again. He plays that. He plays that. And oh, look at that. I win with a pair. So hopefully that makes sense. A pair of blue cards that are the same number. A pair is a pair. A pair will always win as long as it is the highest ranked one by color, by suit. You can also have mixed pairs. So if it's blue and pink, that will beat blue and yellow or yellow and pink. You just gotta remember the rankings. Blue beats pink, beats orange. And the rest you can figure out. It's the same with if you have 2 blue cards, different numbers, they will beat 2 pink cards or orange cards at different numbers. And if you have 2 cards that are different colors, anything with a blue will beat anything that's just pink or orange, as you can see. Hopefully that makes sense. So then we're going to compare. We're going to look at what we got. This guy had 1, 2, 3 tricks. He was correct, so he's going to get $7. And then this guy, he bid 3. He got 1. That means he is only going to get $1. He could have gotten 7 for being exact, but he wasn't. So he gets 1 for every trick, and he only got 1 trick. And I am in the same boat. I did not get 2, so I only get $1 for the 1 trick that I won. But obviously you're going to take all the cards. Redeal. And go for again, make new bets. New bids, I should say. You can bet as well if you're doing betting. With the betting cards, of course, which I'm not doing. And of course you can advance this to round 2, and you keep going until you get to however many rounds you need to play, depending on the player count. And whoever has the most money wins. Currently it's him. And that is that. The cards, by the way, good quality, linen finish. I like them. There's a lot of cards. I apologize if you hear any noise in the background. And it's a nice little back design. And everything is pretty cool. These are just, obviously, your paper, your cardboard tokens. They're fine. And, yeah, a nice little box for storage. I like it. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. That is Twin Palms. We'll see you next time with more Surf's Up, dude. See ya.